So wouldn't it be wonderful to know what is the minimum effective dose of exercise for health? Now, obviously it's a kind of a spectrum, so the more you do, the more benefit you will get, but it's not linear. I think, as Professor Gill said in his first interview, it's curvy linear, which means the greatest benefit is right at the beginning, going from zero to something, and then it tapers off the more and more and more and more and more you do, and it'll probably plateau at some point, which means if you're running 25 kilometers a day, if you start running 26 kilometers a day, you're not going to get a significantly greater health benefit with that 1 kilometer. Whereas if you weren't doing anything and started doing 1 kilometer a day, that would have this really huge impact on your health at that stage of health that you're at. But a good little guide that Professor Gill was happy to give us in terms of what to kind of aim for if starting out. He mentioned 8,000 to 10,000 steps for people under 60 and 6,500 to 8,000 for people over 60. But making some of those steps, he said about 10 to 15 minutes a day, a little bit faster. So a little bit more effort, maybe up a hill that gets you a little bit out of puff. So it's not just the steps that matter. It's, you've got to try and get a little bit out of puff occasionally, so you're making some of those healthy adaptations. And then there's a big move now for resistance training, so working the muscles. So not just the cardio, but putting the muscles through a little bit of effort. And that doesn't have to be at the gym with weights. That could be just using your body as a resistance, so squats or push-ups. And ideally doing something that you can do for about 8 to 15 reps before it makes your muscles fatigued and you can't really do any more of that repetition. So I think that's a great starting point, and that's what I intend to start with.